Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Insomnia Lunchtime podcast. I'm your host, Oh Hey Davey, and today we are going to be doing some really cool things in this first ever episode. We have an interview coming up with NoughtPointFour. NoughtPointFour is the first YouTuber we've announced for Insomnia 62, and as you know, he is on YouTube doing GTA 5 content, GTA 5 Easter eggs. We absolutely love him, and we'll be chatting to him on the show. And then afterwards, I've got Jesse from our content team here at Insomnia Gaming Festival, where we'll be chatting about the Retro Zone, the #1 voted zone by you guys on Facebook. We're going to be talking what's different at I-62, what can you do there, how big is it, what can you get your hands on. I can't wait. So tune in to the show and listen to what we have to say later on. Okay, so we are welcoming Fred to the show, also known as NoughtPointFour. Fred, welcome to the Insomnia Lunchtime podcast, and thank you so much for being our first ever guest.
No, thank you for having me. It's really good to be on here.
So you are our first YouTuber announced for Insomnia 62. Are you excited?
Yes, very excited. I was surprised when they said they were announcing me first, because the event isn't for like a while, but yeah, no, I'm really excited, like being the first one announced.
Perfect, brilliant. So I've got a thing where I always am really fascinated when it comes to how people come up with their channel names. So NoughtPointFour, tell me, how did you come up with that? What does it mean?
Well, I came up with a bunch of channel names back in 2011, and my brother told me that like I shouldn't fix the name to anything I think I'm going to do back then. So he just told me to think of something which can be anything. So I just came up with a number. And because I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do. So by calling it NoughtPointFour, just for like OCD reasons, it didn't look right at the time. So I put live at the end and I was like, okay, that looks right. But just the whole number thing, it meant that I could go into other categories or whatever I needed to down the line. So it's kind of, it doesn't fix me to one thing.
Yeah, totally. So what I know you for when I've been watching you has been obviously all around GTA content, GTA Easter eggs. Have you always been doing GTA content, or has that changed as time's gone on?
In 2011, I did Call of Duty content and maybe a few FIFA videos, just random gaming videos, but mainly Call of Duty. So that's something which I did from 2011 to 2013. So back in the time, if I called my channel something Call of Duty, then 13 when GTA came out, it'd be really weird doing GTA videos on that.
Yeah, so, yeah, totally.
In 2013, it was then GTA, and pretty much GTA all through that. But then at some point in 2015, I did some Fallout 4 for a few months, which was really cool. So I think just having the name as a number, it's like it allows me to change into those categories if my audience want me to.
Completely. So with that, then obviously you're coming to Insomnia. You have done GTA content. Can we expect to see that being the case moving forward, or have you got any plans to change that up, or how are things with it now?
Honestly, I get the question a lot every day from fans saying, can you play other games and stuff? But it's just kind of GTA is where I'm very comfortable with. My fans and my audience, they really enjoy Grand Theft Auto content, and I just really enjoy playing the game. Like I know the game inside out. So there's so many awesome things you can do in that game. Like it's such a big game, and I'm just very comfortable playing that. But I do see comments on a daily basis like, can you play this game, can you play that game, and it's really down to what I'm kind of comfortable with playing, like what I know and stuff. So if something does come along and I'm like, okay, maybe we can give this a shot, then I'll do it. But I'm not too sure. Like it's something which I haven't really thought about doing yet, but it's something which I know a large portion of my audience would want to see, and when I do it, the feedback is great. So possibly.
Okay, interesting. Well, I love it, and I was watching a video the other day, which I think is my favorite one on your channel, and that's the what happens when you follow CJ Easter egg.
Yeah,
it's just for me, right? So I'm 25. So my kind of nostalgia with GTA really is GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. So any sort of look back or Easter egg in GTA 5 for any of those games just gets utter nostalgia overload. So that one particularly, I loved.
Definitely. There's recently there's been a whole bunch of CJ Easter eggs in the game, and it's really crazy how Rockstar will just hide them in the game, like really hidden as well. And once you know what you're looking at, it's crazy when they bring that nostalgia into the game. It's one of the best things.
It's so good. So when you hear of one, do you then think, oh my god, yes, really excited to film this, or do you think, oh my god, I've got to get everything, I've got a video to do, got to get everything together?
No. It's totally different. When I hear of a really cool Easter egg, or when I start hearing about something like this, I'm excited. Like I get straight onto recording it straight away.
Yeah, totally.
So, and then I start like teasing some people on Twitter, like, guys, I know something huge. It's great. So it's one of the best things ever.
I love that. So, what's been your favorite one to film?
For Easter eggs, I would say that CJ Morse code one was awesome.
Oh,
because
on the bridge.
Not Morse, it's like binary or something. It's like there's a bunch of numbers on a highway. Like,
Yes, yeah,
really
yeah.
hidden away. You would not like turn an eye at anything at it. But if you start like decoding the numbers into letters, it like comes up into the first letter of each sentence. Of all you had to do was follow the damn train.
Yes.
And then you kind of work through that again, and it's just like, damn, Rockstar, what are you doing?
Completely. Yeah, I was watching that on
exactly.
your channel the other day, actually. So, okay then, cool. So moving on then to go to Insomnia. How many of you attended now?
I think 4, maybe 3 or 4 or so. I've attended some for the past two years, maybe 3 years.
Nice.
But I'd say a good handful, like maybe 4 events.
Yeah, totally. Okay, cool. And do you have a favourite memory coming from an Insomnia Gaming Festival?
It would have to be the last one. I think it was Insomnia 60. I did a fan meetup, and it was like my first ever official meet and greet. And I was really nervous before, and the moment it started, I was just like completely over the moon, like smiling for the entire thing, because like loads and loads of fans like started turning up, and I was like, wow, this is like my first ever one. I didn't have it at all, and then suddenly it's just like getting all these photos with a bunch of people who were just like really proud to like have a photo with me. It was like it completely made my week. And yeah, I still look back at it now at the photos, and I'm like, wow, okay.
Oh, I love that. So, because I was going to ask you, you'll be doing another meet and greet at Insomnia 62, and do you have a particular favourite memory of meeting a fan? Or
I wouldn't say there's like a one particular favorite one. I mean, the fans who come up to me and say, for example, their Twitter names or something, because if they're really active, then I will probably have seen their name at some point on my Twitter or replied to them. So when they start saying like, oh, I'm this guy, I'm like, oh, what? Like, I start talking to them like, oh, okay, that's really cool you came to the event, because like I've known him for like years or something, just tweeting me every day. But at the next meet and greet, the person at Fnatic who I'm working with, he said, oh, he'll give me some mouse pads anyway, so I can give them out to fans at the meet and greet.
Oh, amazing.
So by the time the meet and greet happens, the likelihood is you won't be able to get those mouse pads, but you'll be able to get some from me for free at the event, just like hand them out to fans and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, great. So, but if people don't want to risk it, can they pick them up now online? Like, where's the best place for them to get hold of one?
On the Fnatic shop website. If you look at my YouTube videos, there'll be links in the description where they can find the merch. But if they want to get it now, they can find it on the website or in the descriptions of my videos.
Okay, perfect, cool. And what I'll do, I'll tweet that out as well from IG Fest UK. So if you do want to get hold of one of those, definitely check our tweets, check out the store, and have a look. Perfect.
Okay, awesome.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
So on social, obviously we're really big on social. You're really big on social. A thing that we've been really interested in lately is Discord.
Yes.
And we're chatting now on your Discord server. How does that... So tell me, why did you start one? How can people get involved? What can they see and do on your Discord server that they might not be able to do anywhere else?
Yeah, so I got into Discord last year, and I was thinking of setting up a server back then, but it just kind of, like the whole thought of it just kind of got lost and stuff until this year, when I was like bugging myself, like, we need to set up a server because all my friends have got one, all these YouTubers have got one, like people I know have got one, and it's just awesome having a community on there. So if you're using Discord to join my server, for example, you can talk to me every day on my Discord. You can just like type in the chat when I'm around. I'll start replying to you guys. But if you want to speak to your friends and stuff, then you can use Discord to create groups and get your friends in. It's just a really like good social platform where you can just create groups. You can join YouTubers, or you can like speak. It's really easy to navigate. Like at first I was a little bit lost, but you pick it up after a while.
Yeah, totally. So it's a really great way for people to be able to interact with you.
Yeah.
Kind of one-on-one, but in a group as well. So another way to be able to chat to you.
Yeah, it's a great form of communication.
Yeah, love it. So how do people join?
So I leave a link to my Discord in all the descriptions of my videos. So if people want to join, they can join through that. It's also pinned on my Twitter as well. I'm also going to be kind of pushing it through my channel over the next maybe 2 months or so. So if anyone does want to join, then they will have plenty of opportunity to, if they watch my channel, then they will see it at some point. Like, oh, Discord, okay, let's join that. So I would say if you still don't know how to join, just check out the description, click the link, and once you guys are in, just make yourself clear, like, hey, I'm new or something, and then someone will come and pick you up and teach you the ropes of Discord.
Totally. Okay, perfect. So that's if people are watching you already. If there's anyone out there listening now who isn't one of your 1.7 million subscribers, where can people get a hold of you? What channels? What's your YouTube channel?
So my YouTube channel is NoughtPointFourLIVE, and I basically post GTA 5 Easter eggs, funny moment videos, experiments, tests, and stuff. Just type in 0.4 or 0.4Live, and you'll definitely find my channel. But pretty much anything you have ever wondered of what could happen if you did mods with this or something, or if you tried to change a mission, or just Easter eggs in the game, for example. Like just the other day, I discovered something, or I was uploading something which a friend of mine had discovered, who was basically an Easter egg which was found 4 years, 4 years later after the game was released. Like, this was literally just found last week, which is crazy. So there's so many awesome things which are yet to be discovered in GTA, and if you want to know all the lowdown and where things are going to be uploaded, then you should definitely go and check out the channel.
Perfect. Brilliant. Right, Fred, thank you so much for being the first ever guest on the Insomnia Lunchtime podcast. If you want to come and hang out with us at Insomnia62, you still can. Tickets are available still at insomniagamingfestival.com. But Fred, thank you so much. We'll see you at the show.
I'll see you at the show. Thanks for having me.
No problem. See ya. We interrupt this episode of the Insomnia Lunchtime podcast to let you know that this episode is sponsored by us, Insomnia Gaming Festival. If you're looking to come to the UK's biggest gaming festival, then we are coming back to the NEC in Birmingham from the 30th of March to the 2nd of April. You can join in by booking your tickets at insomniagamingfestival.com. They are still available, but they're going fast, so book now to join in. Now, I am so excited for March for Insomnia. Do you know that my birthday is on the 3rd of April and our show finishes on the 2nd of April?
That's really close.
It is really close, which also means loads of my birthday shopping is going to happen at Insomnia. So every day when we get any sort of idea about which sellers and marketplace people are going to be there, I'm like mega interested to know who's coming.
Are you're not just going to like fully decked Insomnia gear, like the Insomnia hoodie, the Insomnia t-shirt, the Insomnia slippers?
Yeah. Confirmed. Slippers. Are slippers confirmed? Are the rumours true? I'm not going to lie to you, Jesse. Obviously, yeah, I'm looking forward to that, but I'm talking, you know me, I'm a pop vinyl guy. So I cannot wait to see who's going to be there. There's other stands there as well all the time that sells retro 90s Mighty Morphin Power Rangers toys.
Ooh.
I see them all the time, and each time I walk past the stand, obviously I'm busy working at the show, but I could spend ages and ages and ages just looking at the Power Ranger toys, let alone buying half of them. That's the kind of thing. What did you get for your 26th birthday? I got all the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger toys. Didn't you used to already own those? Yeah, I had them in 1995, but I bought them again. What of it? Go with my Pokemon cards.
Celebrating adulthood in style.
Absolutely, because you only grow old once, and that can be gracefully or ungracefully.
Obviously, in the case of Benjamin Button, didn't grow old at all.
Grew young. Okay, we are back, and we are here to talk about the Retro Zone coming back to Insomnia 62. It's coming back because it has been voted your favourite zone on Facebook. Jesse, we did a poll to ask people what their favourite zone of the show was, and on Facebook the Retro Zone won with an overwhelming majority, and it's not hard to see why. I absolutely love the Retro Zone.
Yeah, no, completely the same. The Retro Zone, one of our oldest features, obviously as it should be, being the Retro Zone, but it's been with us for a very, very long time, since the Expo really first took off.
Are we talking about Craig Fletcher?
We're talking about Craig Fletcher. But no, we're talking, so from the Telford days, for the people listening who remember those days, before there were YouTubers at the show, we had a Retro Zone.
Wow. So, okay, humour me then. Back then, pre-YouTuber, pre-NEC, what was current gen when we were in the Retro Zone?
So, everyone was very excited about the PlayStation 3, and even... this is a thing that will surprise some people. There was even a large contingent of Xbox 360s in our BYOC.
Wow.
Playing Call of Duty on their Xbox 360 in the LAN.
Which you can do now in our Retro Zone.
You can indeed. One of the things the Retro Zone is bringing back, for those of you who are over 18, is the Call of Duty and Halo LAN experience. We have 16 Xbox 360s ready and waiting for you to relive Halo 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and games of zombies throughout the weekend.
See, that is one of the reasons why I love the Retro Zone, because you can get involved in events like that. But also, I love just sitting there and picking up a game that I used to have any sort of connection with when I was younger. So my age, for me, what's the real nostalgia? That's N64, PS2, SNES. Like, that is what I love to get my hands on in the Retro Zone. And in fact, one of the best things about it as well is that you can pretty much ask for any game and we'll have it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. We have over 50 consoles out on the floor, but if you cannot find the game you want to play, merely go speak to one of the people manning the stand where you can buy old retro consoles and games, along with a selection of retro drinks and candy. But they will be more than happy to try and find the game for you and put it out on the show floor for you to play.
What would get me, mine would be, well, Knights of the Old Republic 1 or 2. I play them all the time anyway. But in fact, yeah, that would be my whole show gone, I think, if I started playing that. If I started delving into the story of Darth Revan, shout out to all of the Knights of the Old Republic fans out there, which hopefully is everyone. If not, stop listening now and play it immediately. What's your crutch in the Retro Zone then? What gets you?
Big one for me. Every time they bring out SmackDown, Shut Your Mouth.
Oh, yes.
Absolute classic.
The WWE draft.
Rock versus Stone Cold. Me versus Luke from our events team.
Vince McMahon versus Ric Flair. Raw versus SmackDown. There can only be one ultimate winner of the Battle of the Brand. That was a really good time in wrestling, actually.
That was a fantastic time.
I loved that. It was just after Invasion, just after the WWE had survived against WCW and ECW. Loved that. That was a really, really good. Triple H was off injured.
He was?
Yeah.
Rob Van Dam doing 5-star frog splashes off the top rope.
Yeah, and had a storyline against Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Loved that.
Big SummerSlam ladder match.
Oh, those were the days. Those were the days. Take me back, Jesse. Well, I can relive it in the Retro Zone.
You can relive anything in the Retro Zone, so long as it's gaming related.
Well, that's true. Absolutely. We interrupt us rambling on to let you know that this episode of the Insomnia Lunchtime Show is sponsored by us, Insomnia Gaming Festival. Tickets are still available for the UK's biggest gaming festival, Insomnia 62, coming back to the Birmingham NEC from the 30th of March to the 2nd of April. Tickets are still available at insomniagamingfestival.com. But Jesse, what can people expect to see at the show this time?
You can expect to see tournaments, a Minecraft zone, a cosplay zone, stages with live stage shows featuring your favourite special guests each and every day. You can see the latest games, you can see tabletop, you can see VR and new technology, obviously everyone's favourite indies, and of course, as we've been talking about today, the Retro Zone.
Perfect. Lots to do, lots to see, lots to experience. Tickets are still available on the website. That is insomniagamingfestival.com. So, Jesse, when I kind of instinctively hear Retro Zone, I'm picturing myself in like a Stranger Things arcade. Like, if you've seen the opening episode of Stranger Things 2, like that's what I'm picturing. Like, I get obviously the consoles, that's a huge part of it for like me and you and people of our age. But if that's like my mum, bless her, if she was in the Retro Zone, I can imagine her kind of expecting there to be a load of like arcade machines. Is that? Do we have any of that? No.
Yeah, so you're talking about the single player high score experience or the button mashing combo experience, like the Street Fighters, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong.
Street Fighter, Donkey Kong, pinball. You know, I'm talking like proper like arcade.
Don't you worry, David, because we have an arcade section in our Retro Zone this time.
Love that.
We have had arcade machines before.
Yeah, because that's new.
So we have had arcade machines before. Obviously, way back in the Rico days, we had things like the DDR setups and a few pinball machines. People knew about that. Last event, we had the pay-to-play arcade machines. But this time, for the very first time in our Retro Zone, we have 10 free-to-play arcade machines.
Love that. Absolutely. And that's the thing, free-to-play.
Yep. absolutely free all weekend.
Incredible. See, it's going to be really hard to tear yourself away from the Retro Zone, but there's so much more going on. The Retro Zone is a tiny part of our show.
Yeah.
A tiny part of our show. Brilliant. I can't wait. Okay, right. That is everything that we've got time for here on the first ever episode of the Insomnia Lunchtime podcast. Jesse, thank you so much for being the co-host and the first guest on the show, as well as a huge shout out to NoughtPoint4 for being on the show earlier as well. And do not forget, you can join NoughtPoint4's Discord server, and you can also check out his new mouse mats. All links will be in the description of this on YouTube, and we'll be posting them all over social media. And if we haven't, kick me, because that's my job. Thank you so much for being a part of this first episode, and we'll be back in 2 weeks' time, and every 2 weeks up until the show, we'll have more YouTubers on the show and talk about more exciting things that you can check out coming to Insomnia 62. And next week, we've got some really cool stuff to talk about, but I can't tell you about it, you have to tune in. And do not forget that tickets are still available at www.insomniagamingfestival.com, where you can purchase tickets for Insomnia 62, the UK's biggest gaming festival, coming back to the NEC from the 30th of March to the 2nd of April. Buy your tickets now, insomniagamingfestival.com.